They are nobody. And Akwa Kennedy was suppressing the power chronim, Ghana chronim, and Otadown Yaman pure water. My mention more pictures from court today. Maybe I mention a video. This is a year they see what court and Kennedy near na case in course not OTA. My mention Joe Markesia can see. Now, my mention they see what court and the pictures and the videos. So this is what happened in court. Kennedy Japan, you see during the hearing, no, Dumsor 10 times. Obano anumusio Kennedy are frail, or mre. Or nantia no you say. Oh, who the onfe. They need to brino. Kennedy Japan, you see in the court. Insue otusu baba. Go. No ada no akọ Dumsor no aba. Sikeni bele. Dumsor hini sikeni bele. Otigana yen kanasem kwasiasam. And the America court, ye piano question down. We ought to be Ghana court, no did judge at them. Near so son, so, oh, Mr. Kennedy, oh, honorable. America court, pure water near seven. America court, Kennedy Japan, pure water near the man is a no, or to down Sakoko. My catch a Ghana for. Sanko for Namosa so Ghana na, Obaba Muda Damono. They are nobody in America, they are nobody in Europe and America. They are nobody. And Akwa Kennedy was suppressing the power chronim, Ghana chronim, and Otadown Yaman pure water. My mention more pictures from court today. Maybe I mention a video. This is a year they see what court and Kennedy near na case in course not OTA. My mention Joe Markesia can see him. Send a bear bloggers in Benya BBD. Kennedy near. Case na course on the a court. Kennedy Japan at one. The lawyer is in Trace. Amutumu se mwa ding. $18 million a car at the Kennedy Tiriso. $18 million. Na no kasa. Any nyome bia oye. Otigana. And almost frustrating call for the court a popo call for the same case in Ghana where we need Ghana judges a time case number so we need Obedu America or sad is our case now by say me win case no Ghana and America court said dabi the na ekoso Ghana no sebio no mu bonkuru. This is Kennedy, the lawyer sorry kasa emfa boga yemre ye jujum me ma bloggers. The lawyers na kasano e defend no emfa Kennedy so neto no ye piana shekona showdown amre showdown at court waye din judge bi ani wa onim no eye clerk bi ani wa onim no bailiff bi ani wa onim no sa court we enya ho ne akoka do you know who I am or do you know me? I say yenka do you know me? Do you know me? Haven't you heard about my name? If you don't take care, you take care. Sadia the Bini America court, a Bini ho. Into read my lips, and then Nakotana Quanchain, where Superior Court of New Jersey, and Young Quanchain Court. We any in summer course or quarter, may mark gallery nika crack. A couple gangwan, a lawyer bacono, you may be offer. Ain't he, and a down. A New Jersey Superior Court, Kennedy Japan, and Yemiana Shencheno. Ultimin Kasa, Boga Mre. Onim Obia Hunano, Acquire, do you know me? Don't you know I am a compare Kennedy Japan? Unim semi free for Sue. I am the MPP financier. MPP financier, a Juma Ba, a Namda Ponoso. Then train a boy, also Korea Kokon. Kennedy. 18 million at that table, so also per 9.5 million. Maybe 9 million the other day. Then train a boat table no sono. We are also pakokon. And the anas a cocoon in chia bro. Anas is 18 million in chia we. Then train no boy Kennedy is a baby akokon con. Obi say judgment today say na heaven be you. Ebeka obiane a lawyer. Judgment today no. Heaven say how Ebeka obiane a lawyer. But that's our lawyer. The court fum na ka go out to war. I. Heaven you say I no be can judgment today. Ebe say obi an a lawyer. Otu I was a lawyer. I'm urinating. I'll be back. fum no afa second door no ewurem now that want to watch your lawyer judgment they say at the be ebeka obiara ne lawyer okay we air court exclusive na me dem no Kennedy Japan eto no an ekoso court wo orkodo 18 million showdown they twe the boho no Kennedy so pa akokokon in the showdown and ye piano kosi enchen momienko enim gallery na ekoso no afera de se boga atene kire sa akonwa no so obi atene makotene kire na ese emu aye din boga kana no esi so read my lips boga reading lips no say oh so boga kana no esi so aye say na say eya giegu $18 million hit $18 million ya de apim Kennedy wo so tua ana asekura mpo no me bo besia ana asekura me ho kire me ti besia also me bo besia pe 500k ma me fanya me nyoma anas utietia lawyers nyina wi a 500k die wan fa ma media me no ba ku bewu enti boga read my lips and waka lips na sisi no wakotena nchen why say you say ni bra ba me de me ye kote beka me kote ye and am the evidence be kiro because when you say ebi mo ho magimi Kevin Taylor boa otan Kennedy we anya me Kennedy asemo Kennedy ni anas na anas we ni $18 million they see o court no and am de kiro enye bosremuka me ma blog is eduane edi Kennedy won sensem part 1 and 2 now ekoso Kennedy Japan nuana okasa nka onkodi MP no onie ono se court we see the trase e kaba akoko kontwa apetre ne tiesi form Kennedy nuane nie we na not radio so ye Kennedy will contest the 2028 elections onie we see the trase mebra die no akofa be kakra ya isi ye nende o me rekoma anas akudi ase no obema Kevin Taylor 500,000 enti Kennedy nuane nie we na okọ Presid na ya nto ama no omo nka no kre de otieche o de minim ebia omo busua panyin na sankofo no ebia omo wo African market ni bi no ai enti Kennedy nuane so nie we sini trase ye bo 18 million so no we sini trase say titi wo bi ka titi wo bi kire now Niniano still out to me say na why emre eduru baby no Kennedy nuano you can see amabodju kromu nyiye pressure ba this year a court season me so me ba be court omo defame me me lawyer defame a judge in America I am going to court now let's watch a video. They see our court. Time and a judge and a catcher Kennedy say he has the right to take the next action.
Okay, so
we're exclusive. Uhuno baby, it's all on this platform. My body in Amwashe. Introduce some time, I'm more understanding that this platform is huge. Mashada. Bloggers ni pekakra ko didi. Mitisi yo mo twa ye ko didi. Da be munya would say. Into court no Kennedy. Mr. Arim Yao Anas. Kennedy lawyers. Anas lawyers. And you could see. Metro, I'll show you the video. And that's what transpired. And this footage, from Anas, they were given the permission to film what happened in court. Court season 1. It may be sure what actually happened. Kennedy the Shebusha no Jina Kona Hona, kana Samartex say, Assembly ya kewie. Ye diet yaw. Bibia ye. This is an exclusive video. Hankwana be anywhere else on any platform. Also, who say the first place who say video no. I need to ask my team first if I should go ahead and show the video again. Team. No. I've spoken to Omoteki footage, you know. We got our team to go in there. We wrote a permission, and then they gave us the permission to film. Inti, whatever you are seeing, exclusive footage. No. We have done that clearance, Mr. S. Now let's go back and watch.
Okay, so the court's decision, if we start at the end, the court is denying a request for mistrial, and everyone can file motions at the appropriate time, and the court will address everything after the motions are filed appropriately and then responded appropriately. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Thank you. Okay. Good luck to everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming on the record.
So there's one thing you need to take notice of. Anas was still wearing nose mask in court. But over Ghana, judge to meet says Anas saying nose mask na yendi. You see the difference. You see how our judiciary in Ghana. How bad some of our judges are. The judge sitting in that courtroom in New Jersey is looking at the facts and evidence before him. How you dress to court is up to you. It is your presentation in court, how the jury will see you. Whether you wear a nose mask or not, at the end of the day, it is your case, the substantive case, your evidence is what they are looking at. Because they are dealing with the law. They are not looking at individuals. And the law itself is blind. It does not look at faces, background, economically where you are coming from, or financial, or whatever. It's looking at the case, the law. They are applying it. So whether somebody is dread, whether somebody is wearing a nose mask, whether somebody is wearing a face shield, what is more important to the jury and the judge is that look at the evidence before you. Look at it and apply the law, and let's see. But don't say, Senya Omubu Asemgu Anas so Ghana was that. It wasn't the substantive issue Anas had brought to court. Anas trying to defend himself. In Ghana, the Edibuati Anas and say, yes, nose mask be, Anas face mask be. Say Anas say, yeah. That means Anas is guilty. This is where we are as a nation. Judge to me tonight, say, because of face mask, nose mask, because I want you to look in a certain way in my court. You know? If you don't look that way, I am going to call you a criminal. I am going to label you a criminal. That is the danger in our judiciary. And that is what we need to look at. Are we looking at a substantive case that is before us as judges, as judiciary, or we are looking at the characters or the individuals standing before us? And when you go to Ghana, the judiciary today look at the people involved in the case than the case itself. And that is the beginning of our end. And that is what is running this country down. Our biggest problem in Ghana today is that when judges sit in courtrooms, they are looking at the individuals involved, not the substantive case before them. It is all come back now check it. Case I say Anas, Lucy against Techi against Kennedy Japan. You will see, say, it is not about the evidence that was provided or was given in court. The judge now or the court case now odi asemno. He's looking more at how to unmask Anas. And this is how they have destroyed Ghana. Anas instructed to testify without mask. The evidence that has been provided, what do you need mask for? This is Ghana court. And this is how they use the law to destroy lives in Ghana. And see, for a very long time, we made the judiciary look like, say, Nyankopon, we cannot question the judiciary. We cannot question their conduct. We cannot even question their biasness. And that is what some young judges who were actually growing up, that is the thing that was in their head. At a point, they felt to say, when I sit on a case, a journalist or an individual does not have the right to even question the way I conduct my court proceedings. At a point, judges were called by the General Legal Counsel about their conduct in court. And when journalists like us sit on TV and on radio to question the conduct of judges, the judges are able to say, hey, but the warrant at all. So that is how low our judiciary has become. And sometimes people forget, those people who defend such things, they forget to say, this same court will be used against them. So when people like us sit and we start to question the credibility of some of our judges in Ghana, it is not personal. It is because of their conduct. It is because of what they do. It is because of the way they conduct themselves and how they treat people before them. I can take you back to Opuni's case. Justice Jackson Hunyuga sat in court. Somebody purged himself. The judge said, let us go and come back. I will punish. And yet the person who has purged himself under oath. That is our legal system today. We live in a country where a whole Supreme Court had to go to UK to bring some black book to judge our elections. That is how low our judiciary has come. It is not me. It is not about a judge sitting somewhere thinking that a young man like myself criticizing their actions and the way they conduct themselves in court. It is not about me. It is about we making sure the system works, making sure the people we have given, and yet that to me say among India some court, those people are doing what is right. Because if you don't have the right to criticize you as a judge, then it means we are giving you the free room, the free will to do damage. And that is what some judges want. They want to be democratically autocratic in Ghana. Listen, some judges in Ghana want to be democratically autocratic. They hide under the umbrella of judiciary to intimidate journalists, to intimidate open-minded criticism, and to intimidate the system. That is the pain that some people think that they can force on us in Ghana. So you get young judges who are so politically ambitious, who think they can do things to please political opponents, to put people in jail. And their conduct, their utterances clearly shows that they are rushing through cases. They are trying to please some people's ego. When we question their actions and their attitude, those judges become jittery and become pompous, and they think they can use the same office that we have given them to intimidate we, the people who have made them who they are. No, it is not going to work. And that is what I have been talking about years over years. Kennedy Japan sat on national television to tell a sitting judge live on national TV that you are warned. Warn a sitting judge. The Chief Justice then, Enin Yabua, kept quiet. To date, Kennedy Japan did not pay for any of the utterances against every single judge, or the Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, the deliberate disrespect. So you sit in Ghana and some people think that it is personal. They think that the little power that they have been given, they can use that power to suppress we, the citizenry. We are not ready to quail in. And that does not do anything to us. Because what is right, what is wrong. And we are not going to move away from the principles and then making sure the right thing is done. We know so many judges in Ghana who were even the first 40 in their classes. They were not part of it, but they wanted to go to Supreme Court. They know themselves. Judge Chebafo is one. In his class as a judge, the 40 first student, brilliant student, 40 students who were considered to be smart, he wasn't even part of it. But he, at the point, wanted to go to the Supreme Court. After coming to meet senior lawyer judges because we have allowed, some of us need to understand, when you are given an opportunity to sit in our courtrooms, without due respect, you are not God. This is the law. Take your feelings out. Take your affiliations out. Take your political affiliation, religious affiliations. Look at the case critically. Look at the evidence presented before you. Be honest to yourself and your God and the people who have invested that power in you. It is not to bully yourself your way through. No, it doesn't work like that. This is 2025, for crying out loud. It is not easy. You cannot just muscle your way through. Until we need to let the people understand. That is why some of us were calling for serious overhauling of our judiciary. And our judiciary needs serious overhauling. Because from what we have seen over the years, what we have experienced, the kind of inconsistencies, the consistency in the inconsistencies in our courts, now in Ghana, we need to check it or this country will go down. And this government needs to take the most biggest, difficult, bitter pill when it comes to judiciary reforms. Serious reforms needs to be done. We cannot have judges who think or who believe or who in their senses feel too entitled to serve the people. It needs to end. I was say a sucha because we been to me go to be board dear keke near money 25 years. Na kwasi ampenyi bi mbo krono and Korea by $50 million. Near and say plea bargain. No, it is not supposed to be like that. Yen to me chigan and ninko to fiase 25 years say or ya hiasie or ya galamse na Chinese needy a ye excavated jinaminim a tuamena na adiabechi adebeko court as a Chinese phone in ashe na jajajiatum. That needs to change. We cannot be slaves in our country. No. You, the judges that we have given opportunity and this opportunity to sit in our courtrooms, you are not supposed to turn we, the people who gave you the power, slaves. You can't do that. You need to be conscious about the things you do. Because today, the highest bidder walks in our courtrooms without anything, without shoes, spits shit in any courtroom, and they walk freely. Innocent people plead, get on their knees. We still put them behind bars because there's nobody to pay for them, there's nobody to speak for them. This should tell you something. The judgment Anas Arimiana Anas has gotten, they are very embarrassing about this whole thing was that Canada Japan winning defamation case against Anas or Ghana. No, he lifted that same case and brought it to the United States. A jury said that does not really hold. That is a slap in the face of our judiciary. It means that defamation case now Canada Japan winning or Ghana, no, basically the evidence that supports the case, no, is flawed. It means judge or tina case no or judges our case, no, that judge is not even supposed to be sitting in our courts again. And I am not saying that all the courts in America are perfect and they are next to God. No, but we are humans. So what the evidence about court with a jury of about 60. That's what to me tenase. It me rubbish a whole judgment. And like the lawyer was saying, when you win a defamation case, when there's a defamation case in another court, that defamation case now we win. You know, it cannot go and defend that defamation case in the next court. Every case is independent, stands on itself, and comes with its own evidence. So we need to get serious. And my message to the president, the new government, is that our court needs overhauling. Our court needs to be overhauled. We need serious reforms. I will say reform your courts. You know? The leadership, if they are not ready to work, we the people are willing to get people who are willing to work. I don't hate anybody. Yatna Ghana ma, a whole chief justice, a lawyer went to court and claimed that the chief justice had paid or taken $5 million bribe from a citizen in Yabua till date. This lawyer who basically was reporting his client's statement was haunted. A whole judicial system was turned against a lawyer who was trying to get the truth out. And you all know NK say in Yabua $5 million or send the client Ekachire say in Yabua $5 million on her, and the lawyer was just reporting what his client had told him. The lawyer ended up at the wrong side. The whole judiciary was set up against the lawyer. This lawyer went to the General Legal Counsel. The Chief Justice Edin Yabua then made sure he used the General Legal Counsel led by Sam Okujato to frustrate the system. This is where we are. I spent almost $300,000 to fight Canada Japan in federal court in America. $300,000. That is how much I spent 4 lawyers, 2 backup, 2 face lawyers, almost $300,000. All because I am using the facts to prove to Ghanaians that things happening in Ghana are lies. The politicians are manipulating the system. Some people are using fake news, misinformation, and people are suppressing the system. Almost for $300,000. I won the case for every single journalist in Ghana, every single journalist in Africa. Anas has won a groundbreaking case, defamation case, for journalists in Ghana, journalists around the world, journalists across Africa. But you get the same journalists, some of them in Ghana, ganging up against Anas. With all due respect, let me tell you, I am not here to defend Anas. Anas is human. He has his flaws. If you know Anas has done something or a crime against you, you have the right to take Anas to court. That is what I represent. But as far as I know, the allegations that were posed, the allegations that were mounted on Anas, the things that Anas was being tagged with, in court today, it has proven, or court has proven, say, none of the allegations against Anas, those allegations Kennedy Japan made, Anas being a thief, Anas being a murderer, Anas being a serial killer, Anas being a criminal, a co-conspirator, and all that, today in a court in New Jersey, a superior court, they are saying none of those things had basis. That is what I am looking at. I am not here to hold Anas' hand to heaven, because Anas is a friend in Yankopona Miniho. Whatever Anas does, I have never been in any of Anas's meetings. My job here is to speak to the facts and what is on paper and what we know. And so you might have your own personal issues with Anas. It's his problem. It's your problem. If you have the legal means to go after him, go after him. But from what I know here, whatever was said against Anas at the end of the day has been proven that he is not guilty of the allegations of being a murderer, a thief, a criminal, a co-conspirator, and all that. At least we know the world knows today that whatever Kennedy Japan said was a lie. That is what I'm looking at. So if you have an issue with me and saying, Anas, that you are protecting, I am not protecting Anas. I've not been able to protect myself. How do I protect Anas? But I will defend Anas with the fact, because at least from court, we know around the world that Anas Arimya Anas is not a murderer. He's not a killer. Anas is not a liar. He's not a thief. Those are the basics you need to understand. And anything I make a will say, that Fred now or what Massachusetts may sue $10 million. I want to send a message to you, those people in America. Mochi Maika, Mochi Mufuna, Namotemoka, Motatam Hokakankwasi Assemno. I want to use that Fred to send a message. I never wanted to talk about this because we have moved quite deep. But me the dada Fred, me the number set example. I will take everything he owns in America and give it out for charity. Me na make a chirebo. A dear be a waba America say $1. Meje nam dia charity. Because I want to set the rules. Ya per se a clean system no. So what time will be in chess also can't trot so. That's why when I sit here, I back every single statement I make with facts. Because when you say people's credibility are on the line. And I can't just come sit here and make allegations without having the fact. And anytime I can't say, say you can go to court and I'll come and respond. Like Williams and Nefi Sapon. I have sat here on countless occasions to tell him, go to court. This is how it's supposed to be done. Ghana for Munsia Bibi Frim. Nobody should dare sit on any TV or radio in Ghana around the world to say Anas is a murderer. You go to jail because there's a court ruling. Anas is a thief. You go to jail because there's a court ruling. You need to prove beyond reasonable doubt that what you are saying, you have the fact. In Timor America, no. Sa Branton event that afraid no. Na me train my way and maybe activate the case be. Na me activate the case na. I will make sure everything he said about the judge who ruled on my case against Kennedy, every misinformation he put out against the United States court, all the number of times he came on air to lie, we have all the tapes. Now me change a DB. And remember American have funinipa. And I will use that Fred as the first goat. I'm going to sue for $10 million. Maybe Massachusetts. I'll come there. I'm going to sue there, the Massachusetts Supreme Court. I will sue there. And I want you to come and prove in some now with social media. On say, and now look at the case, Udin any picture, any video copy. They played your videos. You lying to Ghanaians and say, "You're the Kennedy, and Uncle Forson, and a Kennedy." You were in court. You were part of the evidence. And I can the phone here. Yes, you himself a panel, and I can here. And that's the other kind of say. Sound question.
What you Kennedy? Sika Winya, one team, Hassan, Bella Police, one mammy.
My mention Kennedy, many Kennedy case. Kennedy will sue me 9.5 million, right? My mention Winchell.
And I saw mammy, or mammy 500.
Yo, man. Many Kennedy case, man, just give you a Kennedy. Kennedy will sue me for $9.5 million. Then, after my lawyers made the case, it was upon Kennedy to prove, he said, because Kennedy amending the case, and I'm proving Kennedy say the case no other bano sebi nyansebi enim in the court in Bontungu. And a court no actually Kennedy say or ma Kennedy 30 days. Or ma Kennedy 2 options. Either say or beba on one kasa baba retract the case no or baba ye free court. And now say me I go ahead. Now I use what we call Rule 11. And they can apply for Rule 11 and Kennedy sikananka all pay free me 9.5 no. And think after I think 60 days or 30 days, So Kennedy, nyaku kudro ambe redraw case, anka nchewi asi nyina say case no de ba nyanse ni ma. Anka metumi apply Rule 11, anka maje 9.5 million won ho. Kennedy one redraw case now to the 29th day was a day 50. No, I think it was 30 days. I think on the 28th day was the 29th day, and I'm a lawyer friend, catch them say Kennedy Japan, I redraw case, Intika Kennedy a withdraw case within 30 days there and can me apply Rule 11 and can make after 9.5 million and can make just ask no na masama ne tua me lawyers damages no. Intika Kennedy man just ke bia no Kennedy dey so